everyone, I'm Berdith and presenting with Kevin, and we're going to be talking about toxoid vaccines. So first I want to begin off by saying what is a toxoid? A toxoid is an inactivated toxin. The toxicity has been suppressed either by chemicals or heat treatment while maintaining its immunogenicity. The toxoids can be useful in the production of human antitoxins. Toxoids are useful in the production of conjugate vaccines. When used during vaccination, an immune response is mounted and immunological memory is formed against the molecular markers of the toxoid without resulting in toxin-induced illness. And then this is just a picture depicting of how it comes about. And so what is a toxoid vaccine? So it uses a toxin that's made by the germ that causes the disease. They create immunity to the part of the germ that causes the disease instead of the germ itself. When the immune response mounted by the body in response to the exposure of toxoids, CD4 and B cells become activated, which produce immunoglobulins against the immunogenic part of the toxoid, allowing for protections against the actual toxins should exposure ever occur. And then I just have a picture here depicting it, the harmful toxins, and then they're being killed by chemicals or heat, and then that's how the vaccine is made. And then the mechanism is it's an inactivated toxin, and then the target is immune system antibody response. And then here are some common used examples of toxoid vaccines. You have tetanus, and then the bacteria is Clostridium tetani, and then diphtheria, and then it's coronary bacterium difficile, and botulism, and it's Clostridium botulism, and pertussis, and it's caused by Bordella pertussis. And then so tetanus is spread by the direct transfer of C. tetani spores from soil, dust, and manure. The spores develop into the bacteria when they enter the body through broken skin, usually from injuries. And it is not transferred from person to person. And so here are the vaccines for it. It's called DTaP for young children, 2, 4, and 6 months, then 15 through 18 months, then 4 through 6 years. And then when you're a teen, 11 through 12 years, and then TD or Tdap for adult every 10 years, or even if you're traveling. And it was shown effective during World War II. This is when it was like. And then diphtheria is a serious infection caused by strains of bacteria called Corynebacterium diphtheria that make a toxin, and then it causes a thick membrane like covering in the back of the throat. Spreads from person to person, usually respiratory like droplets from coughing or sneezing. People can also get this from touching infected or open sores or ulcers. And it can lead to breathing problems, paralysis, heart failure, and even death. And then here's another picture of the vaccines, also similar to the tetanus. And then I'm gonna pass it over to Kevin.
Okay, botulism is a rare but serious like sickness. It's caused by a toxin that attacks the body's nerves and causes you to have trouble breathing, muscle paralysis, or death. The toxin is made by Clostridium botulinum. And these bacteria can be found in food, wounds, or in the intestines of infants. They can also produce spores, which act as protective coatings for it. And what could be used for it is a botulinum toxoid vaccine, and they've been used for more than 25 years to protect workers at labs from extremely poisonous botulinum toxins. And pertussis It is known as a whooping cough. It can cause a serious illness as well. But it is most dangerous in babies. It is a highly contagious respiratory tract infection, and it could be prevented by having a vaccine. And the vaccine is a combination of diphtheria and tetanus toxoids such as DTaP for children or TDAP for adults. The advantages of the vaccines it is highly immunogenic, um, which means it has a strong immune response. It is safe because it contains exotoxins from the pathogens. It has humoral and cell mediated immunity, so it has the antibody and T cell immunity, and there is not much risk to transmission. And the disadvantages of toxoid vaccines is that it would require a extra booster dose because the vaccine does not produce a full immune response. It is quite expensive. It requires a adjuvant such as aluminum hydroxide, and not all pathogens produce the exotoxins.